there was a huge upset this weekend.
Wow.
Indianapolis beating Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, your boy. Right?
I didn't expect him to go 16-0.
Oh, okay.
No issues whatsoever with that.
Your
None.
homie's struggling the last couple of games.
Really?
That's all. Yeah, 1 touchdown in the last 2 games.
He got hurt.
Oh, is that it?
He played on a bad leg.
1 touchdown in the last 2 games.
Oh, don't. You want to go there?
No, we're not going there
yet. You really want to go to touchdown?
We're going to go there later.
Because he threw a pass that was incredible that only touchdown. You know that.
We'll go there later. Come on.
Yeah, I don't think you want to go there now.
We'll go there because they lost.
Right. Well, anyway.
He ain't all that.
The game of the weekend. Oh, no, he is. The game of the weekend was not the upset, but it was the Green Bay Packers, #1 somehow in Rob Parker's power rankings. Now, this week they finally earned it. I know they're going to be there this week. They earned it. It was an impressive performance in dismantling the Dallas Cowboys 34-24. They didn't run through the line. They didn't run through the finish line, I'll tell you that. But they held on and they won 34-24 despite Aaron Rodgers not throwing any touchdowns. And I know that's big. I'm only saying that because that's big for Rob Parker. You know, he if you don't throw a touchdown and your team wins, you don't get credit for it.
No, I didn't say that.
You know, Tom Brady didn't get credit for his 6th Super Bowl victory because he didn't throw a touchdown.
All I'm saying is,
so no, that's big. You've been saying that for the last.
That's a big
2
road
months.
win. When you take a look at,
it was great. Aaron, there was an Aaron that was a star. It was Aaron Jones.
You guys keep thinking like I was making it up about the Packers and that they shouldn't have been #1 in my power ranking
last week,
but they should. And when you look at them now, 2 big road wins against teams that made the playoffs a year ago, 2 division wins. They're 4-1, and the 1 game that they lost, and they lost. I'm not going to make excuses for it, but a desperate Eagles team that couldn't afford to go 1-3, desperate, and they won up there in Green Bay. That's a great start.
Their defense is finally playing pretty well.
They make plays, this defense. Right. They're not great, but they make plays.
Right. And they got a running game for the first time in a while. Aaron Jones was looking like freaking Jim Brown.
Is that the first?
I think Cowboys' defense is really disappointing.
It's bad.
It's small, and they got manhandled by the Packers at the line of scrimmage. And, you know, Zeke ran, 5 yards a carry, but he only had 12 carries, but that was because they got behind so far.
Yeah, once you get behind, right, you can't run the football, right. So
I give the Packers credit. And again, Aaron was good, Aaron Rodgers, first half especially. Yeah. But it's still not I'm waiting for that explosion. Maybe it's going to come. I have faith in him, but
I'm ready
touchdowns.
For 4
and
touchdowns.
I'm just saying you don't like when a quarterback can't throw a touchdown.
he should throw 2 touchdowns at the minimum.
Yeah, he doesn't get credit for this, right?
This was about Aaron Jones.
Right.
How many guys, Chris, have rushed for 4 touchdowns in the game? It doesn't happen.
I like the one look. Some people might poo-poo it. I actually liked him waving goodbye. I can't remember who the DB was for Dallas. I liked it. As long as you get in, right? As long as you get in.
No doubt.
I'm cool with it. So, but I know you want – that's not what you want to talk about.
No, that's not what the game was all about.
Step aside and give you the floor and let you rant. And if necessary, and I think it will be necessary, I'll correct you when you're done.
Dak Prescott is a fraud. What part of the word don't you understand? Stop it. When they were 3-0, he had 10 touchdowns and 0 touch interceptions. Chris Broussard and all these people. He's elite. He's top tier. I don't know about those GMs and coaches that said he was a 3rd-tier quarterback. Look at what he's doing. I don't care what defenses or what teams. He's still putting up the numbers. What's happened the last 2 weeks against good teams? When they don't run the ball, he can't do anything for you. I'm not being too hard on him. If the Cowboys want to back up the Brinks truck and give him all that money, that's fine. But I'm telling you, again, exposed against a good team. He made mistakes, 3 interceptions, the 463 yards. I don't care about that. Those were Stat Patford yards. When you're down 31-3, guess what? The defense
they didn't
relaxed.
go prevent. No,
they relaxed. They allowed you, Chris.
Like
be quiet, please. Be quiet.
It's
my
turn.
You're
lying now.
It's my turn.
You got enough ammo where you don't have to fudge.
All right,
stuff.
let me continue on. Let me continue.
I know you got it written down on your little notepad.
I ain't got nothing written down. This is radio.
You.
This is coming from the Megadome up here. That's what it is today.
Hell yeah.
But here's my thing. This is the reason why over and over people have questioned Dak Prescott and whether should he get paid. There are a lot of bad quarterbacks who have gotten paid, Chris. And if the Cowboys want to do it, that's fine. When Kirk Cousins got that deal, I thought that the Vikings were crazy. All I'm saying is these are the question marks I've had about him forever. This was a game at home against the Packers, who had just gotten beat by the Eagles, right? This was a game that bounced back. They just lost to the Saints. And the Saints didn't even score a touchdown. And Dak couldn't help them win that game. So here was an opportunity. It was one of those games. It would have been a good win for Dallas. Green Bay coming in. Aaron Rodgers has owned AT&T Stadium, has owned the Cowboys. What is it now, Chris? 8 out of 9? 9 out of 10? He owns the Cowboys. And that's including playoffs when he beat Dak in the playoffs a couple years ago. But my point is, I refuse to buy into Dak Prescott. I'm serious. He is a quarterback who, when everything is right, the running game, the blocking up front, when everything is right, he can win games. But if things aren't 100% for him, he struggles. Struggling. Yes. And this is what we saw yesterday. This was a perfect example on why, if I'm the Cowboys, I'm hesitant. I don't buy into him. I don't believe he's going to be that guy. And I'm not saying anybody could get to a Super Bowl with a quarterback if you just don't make any big mistakes. But I'm talking about, is he really that guy? And I'm talking about a franchise quarterback who can get it done when everything's not going right. No, I do not believe that. And I thought yesterday was Exhibit A. That was a chance for Dak Prescott to quiet the critics about him, to go from the third tier to the number 1 or number 2 tier and go up. And people go, man, what a bounce-back game after that outing in New Orleans. Didn't happen. So there you go. I'm not convinced of Dak Prescott, and I think he's a fraud.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
That's what you spent the past 7 hours working on? That's what I was hearing. Oh, Rob's got fire in his belly. He's about to unleash on Dak Prescott. He's about to destroy Dak Prescott. That was it?
The numbers speak for themselves.
Look, I'm not going to sit here and act like Dak Prescott was great or even good yesterday.
Tell me about how elite he is,
I give him a
C-,
but let me say this. And no excuse. And I'm not going to rant and rave about in the second half how he rallied and almost, brought him back. And, he did, but that's fine. I'm not going to praise him for that. The game was out of hand for the most part. But the first interception that really turned the game, it hit Amari Cooper in the hands. I know it was a little bit behind him, but it still was a very catchable ball for an all-pro receiver.
Chris, you talking about first?
It hit him in the hands.
He had multiple interceptions. Because you're talking about the first one, you're making an excuse?
No, but that turned the game. I mean, they were marching. They were about to score. At the very least, they were about to get a field goal. It's picked off because it goes off Cooper's hands. Green Bay picks it off, has a nice little return, and then the rest is history. They get rolling from there. Then the last interception, it was a clear pass interference. You know that. And I think it was, I don't know if it was Cooper or Gallup, but they were taken out of the play and the ball was picked off. But I'm not going to blame it on the refs. I'm just saying.
What about the 2 interceptions that called back?
You didn't go at the whole team. You went at Dak. And I'm just explaining that to you. Now, I've never said he's elite. What have I always said?
Yes, you did.
He's en route. He's en route. That's what I've said. And I stand
Cardinals
by
win
it.
They forced game 5.
He is en route. Okay. He is en route. He still is en route to being an elite quarterback, and I stand by that. And if I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I'm not overreacting to one game. One game. Did you really expect them to go 16-0?
It's not about going 16-0. It's about how well he played against the poor competition, and when he plays the better teams, he doesn't play as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did they go 13-3? Were all 13 of those teams weak his rookie year? How about last year when they went 10-6? Were all 10 of those teams weak that he beat? No.
Is that when Ezekiel Elliott was
twice?
When Ezekiel Elliott
once.
When Ezekiel Elliott was running the ball? Are you talking about then?
When Ezekiel was out, they went 9-7 when they were out.
Oh yeah, that's real big. 9-7. I'm talking
when you're without your bell cow for 6 games.
This is year 4. Enough already. The track record is not there.
I'll let you sing for 5 minutes. Let me go. There's a track record of 3.5 seasons. I know every now and then he's gonna have a bad game. He's not Tom Brady. He's not Aaron Rodgers. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not Drew Brees. But he is a very good quarterback en route to becoming a great quarterback. That's what I'm saying. And you can win, and you can win big with him. He's still, even after yesterday's stinker, guess who leads the NFL in QBR? That's right.
That tells you how bad.
Dakota Prescott.
That tells you how bad the stat is, that it really doesn't matter.
I know that's what you rant and rave about every time I bring up Aaron Rodgers.
No, you don't.
The best QBR in history.
No, the best quarterback rating. I didn't say QBR.
Okay.
Go look at his Wikipedia
rating. Quarterback rating, Dak is like 5th in the league.
All right, I know it wouldn't be quarterback rating. That QBR is something different.
He's 5th.
That's all I'm saying is when you look at the games that he's won and lost, that's what I look at. It does matter who you beat, Chris Broussard, and he had his way against 3 awful. That's when you were jumping around.
Let you speak out of both sides of your mouth.
I'm not.
Because if Dallas had won this game and Dak Prescott had not thrown a touchdown and Ezekiel Elliott had run for 4 touchdowns, you'd still be killing Dak.
No.
You're not killing Aaron Rodgers,
If they won the game, this is about Dak Prescott, who continues. This is why, Chris, the 55 executives of The Athletic put him to 3rd tier. Despite your 3 years, you're talking about 3 years of stuff. This is why.
Disagree with that.
But this is why.
He's climbing. I didn't disagree with that ranking. I didn't think he was 17th or whatever they had him. But I didn't disagree that he's 3rd tier. But he's on the rise. Trust the brother. Let's see what the callers think. 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. Was Dak Prescott exposed yesterday and, as Rob Parker said, shown to be a fraud? Your turn to weigh in with Chris and Rob.
Emir in Philly, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. How you doing? What you got?
All right. First, Chris, this is the guy that you just said a few days ago, I wish I'd rather have Dak Prescott as my QB. Remember that?
Then who?
No, you said that.
I said I'd rather have him than who?
No, you said that I wished I had him.
That's right.
Who's your quarterback? Who's your quarterback?
He's from Philly.
Carson. Now let me finish.
I'm not so much off him that I might take Carson instead. Go ahead.
But let me talk. I just would like to have the floor because whenever you get exposed,
go ahead.
They hang up the lines on it. One, Rob has been proven right this year when he said that the Dallas Cowboys weren't going to pay him. They were going to make him play it out because they did not believe in him like Kirk Cousins. You were proven wrong. Two,
how was I proven wrong? See, that's why I interrupt you because you lie on me.
Oh, lying.
You come in with stuff I didn't say. When did I say they're going to pay him now?
Chris,
when?
You said that they weren't, Chris, before the season, you said
I said if they wait, they're going to have to pay him more. And they will.
Okay, whatever. But let me finish. Number two, that 13-3 year that you're screaming about, you forget that Zeke, the only loss they had, Zeke did not run for over 80 yards. You know what Rob's talking about. They can't win a big game unless Zeke runs for at least 80 yards. 3, the 9-7 year they had, they should have went 8-8. The Eagles played 2 and
don't give me no shoulda, woulda, coulda.
All right, Amir, thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Hyperbole, hypotheticals. I ain't with it.
Max in Georgia, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Here we go.
Chris, you know I had to get on this.
I know. We can just play Rob's little rant again.
So I think above the head, he's a good leader. Probably he's probably a good guy. But in terms of X's and O's, in terms of stats, in terms of wins, I just don't see it. I haven't seen it yet. I don't think we're going to see it. Basically, I looked at it as they split sides. Green Bay played like Cowboys should have played. The Cowboys played like Green Bay would have played, in that they tried to showcase their quarterback so much in the last few games that you get that $40 million a year tag. They've been trying to showcase them just like they normally would do Aaron. And then Aaron came in there and said, I'm going to take the back seat. I'm going to do my thing, but I'm going to let my guy, Aaron Jones, do his thing running and receiving, which is normally what Ezekiel Elliott will do. And so they switched sides. And I look at the turnovers. I look at time of possession. Everything was in favor of the Green Bay Packers. So it was a no-brainer they're going to win that game. And I just think Dak he's too much of a liability. His interceptions are up. Touchdowns are going to be about the same. I'm waiting for this guy to get 28, 30-plus touchdowns a year. It ain't going to happen. Cowboys are frauds.
He's got twice as many right now as Aaron Rodgers, basically. He's got 11 TDs. Aaron's got 6.
That is true. If we were comparing the two of them.
I know. How many interceptions does he have?
He's got 6. But how many of them have been dropped by his receivers?
How many does Aaron Rodgers have?
1.
Okay. Hey, let's squeeze one more in. Jimmy in North Carolina. Here's some ammo for you, Chris. Jimmy in North Carolina, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
What's going on, Rob and Chris? How y'all doing?
Doing great.
What's up, man?
So normally I do agree with Rob, but I'm not going to lie to you. Chris has a great argument. I feel like this is an overreaction after last night's game. Because
you know Rob Parker, prisoner of the moment.
Exactly, because I'm going to let you know this right now. Dak has been, for me, I feel like he's been productive over the past few years. As much as I hate those Cowboys, it's just like, you think about it, 13-3, 9-7, 10-6. He's keeping them above water. And if I can remind you, the year they went 9-7, they had no Zeke. So I feel like he's being productive and he's there. And I feel like you can't find another productive quarterback just as much as that. And I feel like he's not a fraud. I feel like he's doing what he needs to do for the Cowboys. And he even went out there to play without being paid. I feel like they should honestly take care of this man because he is a top tier. He's acting as a Russell Wilson, I feel like, you know?
That's a good call. That's an intelligent, smart call.
Oh, please. That's another homer call. You guys, you Cowboy homers, all you do is look and make excuses. That's why he was picked as a third tier. He's a third-tier quarterback. That's what he is.
Hey, it's the Odd Couple. I'm Chris. He is Rob. And we want to encourage all of you to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
That's right. You know, you can listen to us on the radio, and now you can watch us as well, and it's fun.
No question about it. And remember, oh, yeah!